Hi guys, it's Kelly Latavola here, and today we are going to be making a tri-fold window card. This is the latest installment of What Would Kelly Make, and if you've watched the series before, you know that we do a technique video and a full card video. This is just a technique video. So of the parcels that were sent to me, I decided I was going to work with the Love Grows stamps and die set, and then I'm also using the Stitch Rectangles die from Simon Says Stamp. So I'm starting with a 5x5 by 11 piece of cardstock, and I'm going to score it. And for me, it was just easier to use my paper trimmer, my bone folder, than it was to try to lug my huge scoreboard onto the screen. But for the first score mark, you want to score at 3 inches and 10/16. Then when you flip it around, you want to score at 3 inches and 11/16. This means that one flap is going to be slightly larger, and it'll allow the panel on the inside to tuck in, and you won't have any issues with folding. So when you are doing the actual folding, you want to make sure that you're paying attention to your edges, because even though we scored it, it doesn't mean that it's going to line up exactly. You're going to have to make sure that your pieces parts match up. And you'll see here, I had just a little bit of trouble getting my corners to be exactly in line with one another. So just kind of keep playing with it until you're happy with what you have. Ultimately, this tri-fold cards ends up being 5.5 by just shy of 3 3/4. So it's kind of a tinier front, but there's way more to decorate. So that's tons of fun. For the window portion, I'm using the second to smallest rectangle in the set for the Stitch Rectangles dies. I'm going to go ahead and tape that down, and then I'm just going to run it through my Big Shot, but you want to make sure that you run it through whatever your die cutting machine you're using completely flat. You want the card to be completely open, because if it's closed, you're going to cut through all of your layers, and we don't want that. We just want the window into the second layer. So once that was done, I went ahead and removed the tape, and you'll see I had to cut that part out because there is adhesive left from the tape on my paper, but I panicked and I thought I ripped the paper. So I immediately shoved my head in front of the camera. So it turned out just to be adhesive. If that happens to you, you can just use a white eraser to clean that up. Don't try to rub it off with your finger, because we naturally have sometimes, especially crafting, ink or dirt, makeup, that you'll rub on to your white card base. You don't want that. So then you can just go ahead and, if you need to get it to lay flat, just kind of redo those edges with your bone folder. So this is the entire technique video. If you would like to see how I use those stamps and dies to decorate the inside panel, then please hop over to the full card video. Thank you guys so much for joining me, and I hope to see you at the next video. Bye.